Hey, it's good to be here. This is day 20 or more. It's been an amazing experience. I've had 19 conversations with 19 amazing young individuals, and today is the 20th conversation. And I believe that we also are going to have an amazing experience. And in our midst here today, we're going to be talking about the professions that everybody can connect to. But today we are going to be talking about mental health. A lot of people shy away from discussing mental health. They tend to think it's about people who are mental, those who are mad in the hospital and all that stuff, psychiatric stuff and everything. But today we are going to be looking at mental health, and we are talking to a young, amazing, and beautiful woman who is doing a whole lot in the space, in the mental health space, and is also earning legitimately. So, as usual, as you are tuning into this live stream, Young and Earning Summit, we will always say, please let's know where you are tuning in from. Let's also know, um, yes, let's know where you're tuning in from. Let's know your name, let's know your city, and put them in the comment section, and we will be there to say hello to you and possibly put your face on the screen for everybody to know. All right, so without wasting a lot of time, let me introduce my guest for today on this live stream. Her name is Comfort Alexander, and she is here with us on this live stream. So, Comfort, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm fine. I have been having these conversations. I've been having the best moments of my life, learning a whole lot. All the things I've learned for the past 19 days are enough for me to write a book that is very voluminous. I mean, I've learned sitting down here, doing the interviews, listening. I mean, it's been totally amazing. And thank God that I have you again today to add to my knowledge, my repertoire of knowledge. I'm glad to be here. Okay, so hey guys, as you are tuning in, please let's know where you are tuning in from. Drop your name and your city in the comment section, and we can say hello and hi to you. All right. So as usual, also share. There's a share button beneath the frame of this video. Just click and tap it and let other individuals come to join us for this live session. All right, Comfort, let's dive straight into it. Give us a rundown of your life, how you were born, what you did when you were young, up until this time, and then I'm going to depend on what you have shared with us to go ahead to ask you questions. All right, take it from there.
Oh, all right, all right. I'm happy that you could actually hear me, although it seems like it's very faint. So my name is Alexander Comfort. I'm Comfort, but I usually prefer to call me Alexander Comfort. Yeah, that's the brand name, Alexander Comfort. So I'm the only female in my family. I only have five males. Yeah, I'm from Akwa Ibom, but my mom is from Edo State. So actually, when I was growing up, I usually claimed that I'm from Edo State. So actually, I used to like it's like where I'm not like digital one. You know, to speak the language.
Comfort, we're still struggling to hear you. We're still struggling to hear you. I don't know if the are you connected to your earpiece?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, but I don't know where I'm not. It's going up and it's going down. It's going up and it's going down. I don't know if it's something that has to do with your mouthpiece. Sorry,
I'm really thinking what it could be. Or let me try using my earphone. If it's better.
your earphone.
Yeah.
Okay, try it. Let's see how it is.
Okay.
All right, guys. In the meantime, as she's trying to fix her earpiece, because I'm struggling to hear her at some point. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining. I can see Helen Efebo from Port Harcourt. I can see Georgina. Georgina, where are you tuning in from? Please, if you are here, let's know where you are tuning in from, and we can say hello to you. This is Young on Earning Summit. This is day 20, the 20th conversation, shining the spotlight on on young individuals who are making money legitimately. They are putting their interests, they are putting their energies, and putting their passion, and above all, they are making money by working so hard and earning legitimately. That's why we are holding this Young and Earning Summit, to change narratives, to tell individuals that you can be young and you can be earning, and you don't need to put your hand in devilish things or nasty things to be able to make money legitimately. Today we have, as I said, Comfort Alexander. She's a mental health therapist, mental health expert, and she's going to be sharing with us how she's making money legitimately. Alexander, you're welcome back.
Okay, is it clearer now?
Yes, I think it's
It's
clearer now. All
clearer.
right.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
so
then I will do this way.
go ahead and shoot.
All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Once again, thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, everyone. I probably don't know your names. If not, I would have mentioned. So, like I said earlier, my name is Alexander Comfort. Although all these people that know English more than me, like calling me Comfort Alexander, yeah, it's true though, because my name is Comfort and my dad's name is Alexander. But I chose to answer Alexander Comfort as a brand name. So that's how it is. And that's been happening around here. So yeah, I did physiology in the University of Port Harcourt. Yeah, my first degree. While I'm planning to do masters in clinical psychology. Yeah, I picked interest in neurophysiology, although it's not studied here in Nigeria. So if I want to do the neurophysiology thing, I have to travel abroad. So while I was growing up, it wasn't so rosy. Yeah, although I was the only female. So normally they would have been doing this whole only girl shit where it wasn't working. So yeah, I'm the only girl among five guys. Yeah, that's how it has been. But while I was growing up, I had a little difficulties. So somebody will want to say, why did you choose mental health over several other things that people are talking about? Sometime in 2018, I had several mental health conditions. I had several mental health conditions. I had depression and suicidal ideation that lasted for 9 months. Yeah, in 2018, I suffered paranoia in 2019, and as at 2020, when it was now looking like everything was beginning to clear off, COVID came in. They now pushed me back into the house. Yeah, so that's how it has been around here. But something happened in 2018, like I shared with some ladies some days back. I was like, I didn't know my subconscious was so bad until I had to go into mental health. Yeah. I didn't know my subconscious was so bad. I didn't know I had suicide embedded in my subconscious. How did that happen? While I was growing up, I sold for my mom. My mom used to sell a lot of things. So I'm like the hawkaholic in the house. I hawked more than everybody in the house. She could literally say it. I hawked water leaf, vegetable, banana, rice. Okay, my mom made cook rice. She sells in the market. If you're a deal person, a Potako person, you should know that popular Calabar market. That's where my mom sells rice. So I used to sell for her, but unfortunately, she was less appreciative. So when I talk to my friends, I'd be like, I just want to die. I don't want to live again. You understand? Like, let me just die and go. Make I just walk out, me to jam me, make I die. Like, what's not they live for? People why they do something for, they need to even appreciate them. You understand? My my siblings were getting some kind of privileges that I wasn't getting. Yeah, and that made me to hate my parents and everybody a lot. Although I liked my younger brothers, but yeah, 2018, 2019, or let me say before then, I had to intentionally want to love them because I can't come back to a home that I hate everybody. It's not possibly going to work. So I had to intentionally had to renew my mind on how to love my parents. I think I've said enough, Mr. Emeka Novis.
Okay, so thank you for that. So my next question I want to ask you is: a lot of people have this notion about mental health that is only for individuals who are mad, those who are insane, those who are
Yeah.
street and they're naked. That's how we look at mental health. But now we are seeing depression, we are seeing breakdown, paranoia, and all that. People tend to be scared about having this conversation. I would
Yeah.
like to paint a picture about mental health that can make individuals actively get involved in the conversations that do with mental health. Simplify it for us: is anger mental health? Is depression mental health? is that state of indifference. Sometimes mental health, make it simple for us, the laymen, to understand and be willing to get go into these conversations about mental health. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. I'm clear, right? I'm clear. Can you respond if my sound is still very clear so I can continue?
Yes, you
Is the
are. Go
sound
ahead.
still
Yes.
okay?
Yeah, the sound
Okay,
is perfect. Go ahead.
thank you very much. So, about mental health, I think in Africa here, one of the reasons why people don't want to talk about mental health is because they already have this notion of tagging spirituality to it. Although there is a part of it that has to do with being spiritual, I'll come to that. So now mental health has to do with your emotional well-being, your psychological well-being, your social well-being. Simply put, it has to do with how you relate with others, how you react to stress, and how you even relate to yourself. Yeah, what you want to call personal relationship or interpersonal relationship, something like that. So when you say mental health, or WHO would define health generally as being your physical, your mental, and social well-being. Now, people over time has secluded or removed the mental health part of it and just doing the physical health part of it rather. Now, if you're not ashamed to tell someone that you're having malaria and typhoid, I think you shouldn't be ashamed to tell someone you're depressed. Yeah, because they're all health. If you're having malaria and typhoid and you're hospitalized, you can't relate very well, isn't it? You won't go out there and do the extrovert thing. So same thing if you're depressed. So people talk about the physical health, talk a lot about it because you want to be a doctor. Everybody wants to be a doctor, and stuff like that. But what about the mental health? Why are you behaving the way you are behaving? Why do you keep stabbing yourself each time you get angry? You understand? Why do you throw tantrums around? Why do you get irritated easily? These are things people don't want to talk about. So when someone comes up and they're like, I'm suicidal, I want to die, they'll just bond you and take it to one bishop to cast out the spirit of suicide out of you. Now, people also need to understand that mental health counseling and mental health therapy are two different things. Besides, we've not gotten to that. So please, I want to say, all of you listening and those of us that will listen later, the same way you take your physical health, you talk about it, you can easily share it with anyone. I think that's the same way every well-meaning individual should take their mental health. Yeah, you talked about anger. Now, I also mentioned some days back that there's a difference between having a mental health condition and having a mental health disorder. Now, anger is a valid emotion that should be expressed. Anger is just like exuding energy. So if you get me angry and I'm keeping quiet, I'm suppressing the emotions. The day I will burst out, you'll not even believe it. Now that mental health therapist, I mean, mental health therapist don't mental. You understand? But if you express it reasonably, you get. There are some persons that even when they're angry and they talk to you, you see reasons with their anger. In fact, you even blame yourself for making them angry. But there are these sort of persons that if they're angry, they will make you want to do the evil that you didn't plan, because they will pull down the television, they'll pull down everything, and everything in the house, they will shatter a lot of things. And some go as far as stabbing themselves. Now, when you go as far as stabbing yourselves, or they have to give you an injection for you to calm down, then you're having a mental health disorder. Because at that point, the definition of mental health has completely been taken away from your life. You cannot handle yourself. If they have to give you an injection, a drug, in a case of anger to calm down, it's now a disorder and it should be looked into. In fact, it should be taken to a psychiatric home, whether you like it or not. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much
Thank you, sir.
for this conversation, guys. Please go ahead and share the live stream. All right, as I said, there's a share button just beneath the frame of this video. Please click it and share so that a lot more individuals can be part of this conversation, even while we are on and while we are outside, while we are done with this conversation. So, what I'm going to ask you, give us a little bit of insight to certain things that happened to you. I know when you were doing your introduction, you mentioned a bit, but I think you glossed over it. Give us some specifics about what happened and why you decided to move away from what you studied in school, which is you said you were in the lab and you are so pissed off about just taking blood samples and checking blood pressure.
Yeah.
So tell us some specific things that happened to you with regards to your mental health and what
Okay.
report from what you were doing to being an expert now in mental health.
Oh, okay. So, like I said, while I was growing up, I had a lot of dirty things in my subconscious without knowing. Things like wishing for death, which is practically suicide, because if nobody wants to kill you and you want to die, you're gradually having suicidal ideation. Yeah, that's because of yeah, of course, I mentioned my family, and my siblings were having some kind of privileges that I wasn't having. So when it was time for me to go to school, I had to stubbornly do that because I needed to go to school. I actually wanted to study medicine and surgery. I applied 3 times, I didn't get it. So I did physiology. And so when I was applying, people were like, what do you even I think do you think you're in abroad that you want to go and do physiology? Okay. Now in physiology, if you must know, we study what they call neuroscience. Yeah, neurology, how the limbic system works and all of that. I think that was even what triggered me more to know why I behave the way I behave, why people do or do some certain things the way they do. Okay, so back to 2018 when I started advocating for mental health. I was very, 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 very down. I was very down. Yeah. One thing about being depressed is sometimes you can't even place why you are down. When someone asks you, you're just saying too many things, you're saying a lot of things at the same time, and the person is like, can you just point to it? I say, I don't know. This one happened, that one happened, this one made me angry, this one said I did this, that one, pointing a lot of things together. And I know while I was looking forward to talk to, I met Ma'am Okay. I cannot pronounce her surname. Yeah, so she guided me, gave me some books. I can't forget the book she asked me to read and summarize for her, The Confident Woman. After reading that book, depression didn't leave me. Suicidal ideation did not leave me. But it actually opened my eye that there is more to read. That woman is one woman that wrote about talking to others through your pain and all of those things. So in a bid to express how I was feeling, even though it wasn't easy, I had to start writing about what I was feeling. If you go back and check my work far back 2018, what I was writing about were more of depression, suicidal ideation, why we are pressured, why parents, the effect of what our parents do to us, environmental factors, and all of those things. Yeah, I was writing deeply. Like if you read it, you should read my soul. Like you should read my soul through it. So you can go back to my timeline and check as far back as 2018. I started writing about how I was feeling. Some days I would write and I would tear the sheet away. Like I would literally tear it because I don't want to see it again. I would cry and cry and cry. And some things were happening to maybe I won't want to say that some things were happening that I wasn't so comfortable with around my environment. So I was like, why did God even bring me to this world to come and be seeing all of these kind of things? He knows the kind of person that I am. So he would have kept me somewhere in the abroad. So I would not come to be seeing all this rubbish so I wasn't so comfortable with a lot of things that were happening. Yeah. Then the depression story, the suicidal ideation. I don't used to forget this part. For 1 week stretch, I fasted and prayed to die. After work, then there was strike in school, in uni. So I was teaching somewhere as a secondary school teacher. So after work, I'll go to my church, my local church. The security guy knows me very well, so I'll just go there. I'll climb to the tower. My church is an Orthodox church, so I'll climb to the tower and I'll be crying. I'll be begging God that God should just take my life. I'm tired of staying in this world. That nothing seems to be working and all of those things. That if I wake up the next day, hey, I used to be very angry. If I wake up the next day, I used to be very, very angry that I woke up. Yeah. So coupled with do I need to say this now? Okay. Sexual abuse. So a lot of that was playing on my head. And while I was still trying to breathe above water level, then I realized I had paranoia. Paranoia is simply put, fear of the unknown. So I became very scared, like very scared of going out. Became very, very scared of going out. If I don't go out with my immediate younger brother, I don't step out. I feel like something wants to happen to me. Like one guy wants to hold me and rape me. And that, I think that's the tagline. Like one guy just wants to catch me and rape me. It's so funny right now. But then I couldn't go out. If I go out, I would think that one outing for 2 weeks and never think I'll finish. So all of those things, I had to walk through them. I had to believe that nobody's out there to catch me and rape me, and nobody's out there to remove my head. So when I look at in my house, when I look at my parents, then I'll just turn my head and start crying. I'll be like, God, why? I mean, I should remove my glasses and start crying too. So yeah, that was basically what happened. It wasn't easy. Like that was the toughest part of my life where I needed to summon a lot of courage to even step out of my house, not to talk of walking down the streets of Port Harcourt. Yeah. So, Mr. Mecca.
Yeah, I'm here. But I was waiting for the point. What you've given us specifics. I want you to tell us, okay, how are you able to pivot? Because this is a situation where quite a few young individuals are in, doing something, but they are thinking of pivoting into something else. But it looks like if they are held by certain invisible forces. Of course, the forces are invisible, and they're not able to pivot. So, how were you able to leave what you were doing? And the processes you took, your certifications. I mean, what made you start
Oh, okay.
to become so interested, and the processes you take to become certified, so that you could become a
Okay.
voice in this sphere?
Okay. It's not easy to actually leave what you're doing to venture into something else. But mine wasn't that difficult because I was already a strong-willed person. Although some persons were like trying to make mockeries around it, but I have come out of this. And one of the things I learned was that when you begin to help others, you directly or indirectly begin to help yourself the more. So even while I was struggling with that, let me just give this short story. Even while I was struggling with that, I met a psychologist who turned out to be a friend. Yeah, because of all of the things. So she had a client that needed to see her. She was having suicidal ideation, like very bad suicidal ideation. So she asked me to stay behind and talk to the young lady, which I did. I stayed behind, talk to her. So she handed her over to me. Not like she knew I was able to deliver, but the lady resonated so well with me. Like the young lady resonated so well with me that she was comfortable giving me the calls, sending me the text message, crying, and all of those things. So it wasn't easy because then still I was still struggling, but while I was trying to help her, I was trying to help myself. So in pivoting from what I studied in school down to this, like I said, this is what I've been through. So it is me saying, if I can come out, somebody else can come out of it. You understand? And I realized that counseling wasn't something that was so difficult around me. Like telling somebody, not the motivation thing now, like trying to hold someone to come out of something wasn't something that was so difficult. And good enough, this was services. So sometimes too, people come, they talk, rant, say all manner of things. And when you just tell them, give them some tasks they don't want to do, and tomorrow they are there tarnishing your name and stuff like that. But at the same time, you have to be very, very determined on what you want to do. Me, I didn't see anything in my head again I want to do aside from what I'm doing. Not like I don't have other things I'm doing. I have other things I'm doing, but this is where I want to build my career because I see the light in it. When I was expressing myself in 2018, people could relate, and I was so comfortable with the fact that people were relating to what I was putting out there. Yeah, it wasn't getting all of the likes, but few persons that could relate were relating. So I was like, keep the side talks aside, keep whatever anybody thinks aside. This is what I want to do. This is the career path I want to take. I don't know how you want to see it, but this pain cannot be wasted. Yeah, so although sometimes when I walk on the road, people are like, Coach Indiara. Initially, it was a bit annoying because why will you call me coach of mad people? Like, are you okay? Do you know what that means? Some people want to make fun and jest of it, but I'm a very strong-willed person, and I already said mental health is what I'm doing, and that's the career path I'm taking. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Comfort. My next question is about for a lot of young individuals. A lot of us are going through a lot, stress, downtimes, but we're not able to speak up about our issues. Um, what can you say regarding our mental health vis-a-vis the kind of work that we do, trying to make money, trying to be there for our parents, for dependents, a whole lot of things going in our heads. For example, someone like
Yeah.
me, I tell people to remind me of the things that I promised them. So, for example, if it's your birthday, I tell you, remind me of your birthday a day before, 2 days. If you expect me to remember, it may be difficult for me because I'm thinking family, I'm thinking dependence, I'm thinking my job, I'm thinking stuff that I have to pay, I'm thinking what I have to do to create new products, a whole lot that is going on in my mind that looks like my brain doesn't even shut down for a while. Even when I'm sleeping, it seems that even these things are replaying in my mind. And so a lot of us are dealing with overwhelm, with stressed out lives. And a lot of young people don't even know that they are stressed because somehow in Nigeria, stress is not something people think is a serious issue.
Yeah.
And many of us are going through this issue. So, what can you say regarding that? Your piece of advice or your takes or your perception on how young individuals should be dealing with issues to have with mental health.
Oh, okay. When it comes to stress, I usually tell people that there's nothing in this life you do that there is no stress. Of course, stress is not always negative. Stress can also be positive. If I'm going out to sell, I'm stressing myself. That's because I need food on my table, isn't it? So stress is not always negative. But that aside, because everything you do, you will be stressed. So you need to learn how to manage your stress. You need to learn how to manage your stress. Yeah. So usually I give 3A approach. That's what I call 3A approach. You either decide to maybe totally abandon, like don't even involve yourself in what is going to cause that stress. Sorry, let me just flip through. Okay. So here I wrote avoid the situation. Is either you're avoiding the situation entirely. Now you are the individual that knows yourself best. You know what is profitable and what is not profitable. Like I said, everything will definitely stress you, either good or bad. You might not be seeing it as a bigger picture of stress, but it's accumulating stress for you. So you're either avoiding the situation, it's not worth it, then why do it? You get. Or you alter the situation. Altering the situation also involves delegating individuals to play some certain roles. Let's say I'll talk about yours. I know yours is about family man. Let me talk about this partner altering the situation. Here, something like a woman who has a family, a lady or a woman who has a family, and you have children, and you know your children are up to the age of washing plates, cleaning the toilets, maybe the floor, or sweeping or something like that. Instead of killing yourself, only you will cook, sweep, wash, go to the market, go to work, do and all of those things. Why not try to see how to alter it a little? Allow other persons help you out, even if they might not do it as 100% as you want to. Sometimes to personality, perfectionist, and all of those things, but just allow them do it. They can help out, so you don't kill yourself while trying to work out for the entire family. Now, also too, you can also use routines. You can use routines to manage your stress. Individuals should have a go-to place anytime they are very stressed. Some people use music, some people use exercise, some people use reading books, some people just want to go to somewhere and stay. Some people like gisting. So using of trying to change your routines and trying to maybe do those things you love doing when you feel so stressed will help. Then managing it entirely, like for a family man like you, is you know how it works around there. You have parents that are dependent on you, you have siblings, you have all those external relatives that you don't know when you were growing up, and all of those things depending on you. You have to check. You won't allow everything pressure you and choke your throat. So you compartmentalize things, you list them according to their priorities, and know how to handle them. Yeah. Financial pressures, like I used to say to my colleagues or my mates, I say, why would they get financial pressure most of the time? Now, because they do pass ourselves. Sorry, I had to use picture. I don't know if there's anyone joining from the abroad, but that is it for Nigerians. Sometimes we want to do more than what we can afford. Yeah, I know it's not easy, but if you live within your means, it's way easier to manage the pressures that come to you than when you try to live above your means. If your means is okay or krika, stick to your okay. If your means have climbed to drifts, those upgraded or krika, stick to that one. If it's boutique, no problem. But all I'm trying to say is financial pressures can be managed if we stick to our means. Like I'm earning 100K. I'll divide the 100K. How is it going to work for me? It's not like you're earning 100K and you're going to have a budget of someone that is earning 250. You want to kill yourself and die on top. There's nothing like SAPA in mental health. There's no mental health condition like SAPA disorder. It's just living according to your means that will really help you manage that stress and pressure that comes with finances. Yeah, I don't know if I made any sense.
Yes, you have. You are making sense with this. Okay, guys, I hope you are learning some great stuff here. This is quite inspiring. This is something I think a lot of us need to pay attention to. So, if you are here as usual, please go ahead and share this live stream. All right, there's a share button beneath the frame. Just share the live stream, okay? And it will do us a lot of good. So let's start. Let's go into the meat of the conversation. You're making money from mental health. Somebody is asking, hmm, like this now, some people enter my inbox and say they are depressed, and they expect me to start counseling and all that. You know me now, me. When people enter my inbox, it got to pay. You get what I mean? People enter my inbox, and
Yeah.
I want to talk to you, Don. I want to talk to you. I say, okay, what is it about? They say, okay, I want to. I say, okay, understand that I'm a consultant. You've got to pay me for my time and all that. Some of them ask for my money. I mean, ask for my bank account, and they go ahead and pay. Some just immediately go silent on me. You get so imagine
Yeah.
as coming into your inbox and he or she is depressed, and the person is telling the person, okay, before I can work with you, here's my account number, pay into my account, and then I'll get you out of depression. I don't know. I'm just painting a very simple scenario. How do you make
Yeah.
money from dealing? I mean, working in mental health.
Okay. So before I tell you how I make money working in mental health, don't just think you start making dollars all of a sudden, like plenty of money. You have to realize that these are Nigerians you're working with. And Nigerians don't even want to pay for anything. Then talk more of therapy. If you tell them to pay for slippers or hair, it's understandable. But therapy. So how I make money in mental health is offering this mental health services, counseling services, therapy services, or giving out teachings. Yeah, some organizations or persons invite me to come talk about mental health to their organizations and stuff like that. Yeah, that's another way I make money from mental health. And another way too is writing an ebook. I wrote an ebook. Yeah, so I have an ebook you can go order on Amazon or on Seller. Just request for the link. I'll send it to you later. So that's another way you can make money from services like this. You know, there are different services and different products and how people make money around them. But when it comes to mental health, I just mentioned the 4 ways I make money from mental health: selling my ebook, therapy sessions, counseling sessions, and teaching. Yeah, giving talk on mental health. Either a teaching or a training, that's how I make money on mental health. Yeah. So an individual would say you have to get a job to make your work work. I don't know if you get that. You have to get a job to make your work work. Is it clear? So sometimes you might not get the money you need, like all of a sudden, like just start coming in because people need to trust you. People, no one will call me to come and give a talk if they don't trust me, if they don't know that I can deliver. You get. So before you gain that trust, let's say you start mental health advocacy today, before you gain that trust and everything, having different workshops and so and all of that, you need to get something doing or something like a side job that will be funding your mental health story. Yeah, you need to do that. That's it.
Okay, fantastic. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Comfort,
You're
for this.
welcome.
And I'm so excited. So I want to ask, this is for me, what are your aspirations for the next year coming and other things that you are planning to do in this mental health space? Because there are lots and lots of misinformation and misgivings and all that. I would like
Yeah.
you to help on that.
Okay. So my aspirations for next year. I'm a seventh corporal in Benue State. So I'm serving in the barracks and I'm intending to have what I call mental health workouts with the military men there. But that aside, in January, 14th and 15th of January, I'm having a workshop. It's virtual, Google Meet, on generalized anxiety disorder. You might want to join. The waiting room, people are already joining. We have about 89 participants seated already. So 14th and 15th of January, we are having our first workshop for the year on generalized anxiety disorder. Not just the one teaching, we have two doing well psychologists that would be having that session with us. If you check my timeline, you see the flyer, I've been posting it. Then some in June, we usually have different menus on my WhatsApp. I have different menus every Monday. We pick a topic and we discuss about it. Sometimes so I bring it to Facebook, sometimes I don't. Yeah, so then we said we want to be dividing it. Maybe this is how it is: January, June, and December. We have a general workshop, not on WhatsApp, not on Facebook, probably any other media platform that is comfortable to accommodate as many persons that want to join. So last this year June, we had one on what we call defense mechanisms. So January we're having that of generalized anxiety disorder. In June we're having one on understanding suicide. So if you have your calendar, you can be ticking it. In June we're having one on understanding suicide, and someone from SOPCA will be teaching us on that, and some other doing well psychologists will be taking us on that too. So that's how we've scheduled our mental health workshops. So every other thing that comes in between is as a result of maybe recommendations, questions arising from subject matters and therapy sessions. Yeah, that's how it has been. But one of my aspirations in 2023 is to go live more. Yeah, to go live more, like more often than never. That's my biggest aspiration in 2023.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Comfort, for this. Final question for you is: if anybody wants to work with you, how can we reach across to you? Have you got books, courses, or trainings? How can we work with you, connect with you? Let's know.
Okay, if you want to reach out with me individually, if you have a book close to you there, I don't know, can I call out my email address and my contacts, Mr. Emeka?
Of course. Go ahead. By all means, go ahead and do that. I would like you to call out your WhatsApp, so I can put it up on the screen. Call out.
Okay,
Call the
WhatsApp
number.
081 49
Okay.
94 4531. 081 4531.
Okay. So it's going to showing right now on the screen. Go ahead.
Okay, then my email address is mentalhealthplus24 at gmail.com. Mentalhealthplus24 gmail.com. So you can reach out if maybe your organization or company, like I've been working for several organizations, that what they just need you to do is listen to their staffs and listen to them and give them counsel. That's just what they want to do. So if you're an organization like that who just want someone to listen to your staff, maybe when they're having a bad day or stuff like that, that's also it's also welcomed. So we have modus operandi, or we have a way it works here. So once you reach out, I'll send you a draft of how it works around here. And if you need a course, I have an ebook on mental health first aid. That's like a course on its own. Then for subsequently too, we still have other courses here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Comfort. I'm so excited and glad that we had this conversation today. I'm happy
Thank you,
that
sir.
you are building an amazing journey in this space. Thank you. Keep up your work. Keep up with
Thank you, sir.
sharing with us how we can get better our minds and everything. God bless you for being part of this session. I do hope that we will do this again sometime next year when I have another session of Young on Earning Summit. All right. God bless you for your
Thank
great
you
work.
very much, sir.
We pray for your expansion. We pray for you to drag out as many individuals from the from the darkness they have um, gotten into as a
Found
result of
themselves. Yeah.
mental health issues. All right. God bless you. And I look forward to
God
seeing you
bless you
again.
too, sir.
Right.
Thank
God bless
you.
everyone for tuning in. Everyone who tuned in for this session, please, if you are right here with us, still go ahead and share this live stream. Let a lot of more individuals enjoy what we have just enjoyed. All right. Goodbye, everyone. See you tomorrow again at 12 noon for another session with another powerful young soul. Is Young and Earning Summit putting the spotlight on young individuals who are making money legitimately so that we can change the narrative around finances and making money and building wealth. God bless everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.